This is Yerushalmi Demai Daf Hey in the article Ozvah edition, and that we got up to the end of the Mishnah yesterday on Hey Amud Aleph, which means we're starting from the Gemara 4 lines down. And in the Vilna edition, we are on Beis Amud Beis. Also right after the Mishnah, which is the first wide line in the Gemara. So in the Mishnah we had said that the Mai doesn't have biur. You don't have to do biur, which means that you don't have to be mavar every third year. You're the meiser. So the Gemara asks, the Gemara assumes that when we're talking about the biur, it means you don't go and to the base mikdash and say biarti hakodesh min habayis. So, but anyway, nobody does, because Yochanan will stop that, because they were giving Meiser. Once they start giving Meiser Rishon to Kohanim, he felt it's not appropriate to say that the Sitz Chometz was Secha. They did properly because they gave Meiser Rishon to Kohanim, as the Knas Levim would then come up for the second Beis Hamikdash. So anyway, there's no Hadass Meiser. Have you on Shleis Vadu? So one answer is no. He said no Vidui Meiser, but Halabar Tzarech Lavar. But of course, to clean out your account after in the third year, you have to clean out your account. But that's only by Vade. But the Mai ain't Tzarech Lavar. By the Mai, you don't actually have to clean out your account and make sure to give all your Meiser to the proper people by that time in the third year. The next part of Gemara is Tani Necho Banina, Necho Batuma. You can eat the Meiser Sheni of the Mai when you're an Onen, but not Batuma. So Meiser Sheni of regular Meiser Sheni you can't eat even when you're Onen. You can't eat when you're Onen. So why would we distinguish between Onen and Tuma? Ma ben Anina, ma ben Tuma. Rav Nachman. Rav Nachman says Tuma Mitzuya. Tuma is prevalent. So if we're matzah to eat my Tuma, so then people are not taking it seriously. Anina and Mitzuya. Anina is rare, and therefore if we even allow it, people still take the might seriously. Because of Davar they made exer on something which is prevalent. Because of Davar they make exer on something which is not prevalent. Rabbi Yosef said a few kasavik tevel lo asu. They didn't make the status of Demai like Suffolk Tevel. The Moshe says, I feel potential Suffolk Tevel should Tevel a Meiser Sheni can farsh Vazil. So it's not like Suffolk, like the Suffolk of Tevel where Meiser has not been taken off yet. Davi Musafik Nitkan Mimeno Meiser Sheni Olo. If you take on Meiser Sheni Misafik, you think maybe it's been taken off already, but you're not sure. So you take on Misafik. That Meiser Sheni take on Misafik is also Loinen, right? But the Meiser Sheni shows my Mutzu Loinen. The Chachamim didn't show Suffolk Tevel. They didn't give it the halacha of Suffolk Tevel, and it's obviously a lower Madrega. And that's what Gemara says. Now, Ilu b'safek tevel savinika avilu b'safek tevel asu. So ilu b'safek tevel savinitan meiser sheni safek, and I'm reading this wrong. Ilu b'safek tevel savinitkan meiser sheni safek savinitkan meiser sheni safek lonikan shema ein asu loinen is not asu to loinen, but I'm hacha barira mutu loinen. Talmudiyah, we went over there. Truma Smaiser shows my Truma and Truma Smaiser was my Vachat Amar Chain. So Bnei Moshe says Talmudiyah in Perek Dalad Ba Mitzia Chamisha Chumshene, the 5 Chomeshes. But Ochel Truma Smaiser Truma Smaiser shows my Vachal Bikurim mostly Chomesh. So if you eat all these things and you have to reimburse the Kohen, you have to add a Chomesh. Our Mishnah says the Mai does not have Chomesh, so it contradicts the Mishnah about Mitzvah. So the Gemara says Amr Rabbi Tamatina Chumas Meiser shall deny. There it's about Chumas Meiser of the Mai. Chumas Meiser of the Mai does require a chomesh if you ate it inappropriately. But Bram Hacha, Meiser Sheni shall deny. We're talking now about Chumas Meiser. Talking about Chumas Meiser of Meiser Sheni, and redeeming Meiser Sheni of the Mai does not require the addition of chomesh. Rabbi Imi said, "Ein Mishnah Zos Yotzes Yedei Chumas Meiser shall deny." So the Rizbaz says here, "Ein Mishnah Zos Yotzes Yedei Chumas Meiser shall deny." Mike Dain Time Rameir Baram Hacha Rabban Peish. Actually, I have to read the Pnei Moshe first. Rabbi Imi, Bahalomi Tartzo. That's not a good answer. Ein Mishnah Zos Yotzes Yedei Chumas Meiser shall deny. Our Mishnah is not talking about Chumas Meiser shall deny. It's not mentioned. The stomach tani has Mai in Lochomish. Shumas Meiser sounds like even on eating Shumas Meiser, when they take off from the Meiser from the Demai, Namikai, Veda Mishnah Motzi de Shumas Meiser Mina Klauze. So what's why the difference? How do we reconcile actually the contradiction? So Maikadun, what do they come up with? Tamon Rabbi Meir, Ram Hacha Rabbona. There it's Rabbi, there it's Meir, here it's Rabbana, and now the Ritbas. Peish Meir also Chacham Chizik Devarim Yoysim Mishel Torah. Meir Chacham made their halacha more stringent than the Doraisa, and therefore they required a chomesh. Hashem Abad Lo also Chizik Devarim Mishel Torah. I came into my patim in a chomesh. That's why my exempt from the chomesh. Ushas Ilam says when Tzia Mishani Gam came. The Masnisen, the Bamitzia Asa Krabi Meir, who's more Machmir. This way also Chizivrim, they fortified their words. Mehada maybe Gem Diasayam, the inference is the linkage to maybe Gem Diasayam. Yerushalmi says, oh, maybe Hada Meir also Chizivrim, Mehada Ra Kesem. They brought it down from another place. Toises to means his Toises. Var Omekrini Minem Anechlu Kol Talmudim Bezeh. I'm not sure if this was important for us to get into. So, let me just take a brief look here. I don't know. Tosis Sarita has a very long arichos about this, and Tzachak called Machlekes is from where we infer that Meir holds Chacham also Livreim. The final analysis, everybody agrees that Chachamim made that chizuk. The question is just what Rabbi Meir's source text was. So that's what Tosis Reed speaks about at length. Okay, Rabbi Zera Amar B'Shem Rabbanan. Rabbi Zera said the name of the rabbis. Bedin Haya Chumas Meiser Shel Meiser Lo Yafrish Lo Chomesh. So really they should not be Chomesh by Chumas Meiser Shel Meiser. Why they say you should have to put set aside a chomesh? Because of a decree. Shim at omer lo shelo yafrish. Tell me doesn't have to take over chomesh. Afu eino noibo b'kedusha. He's not going to give it the proper keep it with the proper kedusha. He's not going to actually probably keep a Torah as a result. So I was here. I have to give a different answer to this question of what's in between the Mishnah and between the Mishnah here, according to his own answer from before, because before he had said, so and then the Rabbi Imi rejected that, but now Rabbi Zera has to explain, according to himself, what's the difference, and he says that. But Chumas Meiser showed Mai that if you don't make him to give a chomesh, he's not going to be knowing the proper kedusha in it. I'm not sure why Meiser Sheni he will be knowing the proper kedusha. It doesn't matter because he can redeem the Meiser Sheni. Chumas Meiser can't redeem. Right, so that's what it says. In the Gemara further. Really, Meiser Sheish also have to take off Chomesh, in order that she can be Shem Kedusha. The Lama Amru Shelo Efrish. So why they say you shouldn't be Mafresh it? Gedero, because not because of what I said, which I thought was a good answer, but for another because of a koder, of a fence. Shimat Omer Yishafrish, you're going to tell him he has to take off a chumash. Of who a no marfrish koliko is going to say, you know what, I'm not going to take off my sheni altogether. It's just mine. I'm not going to take it off. So therefore, we wanted to make sure to take it off, and therefore we drop the chumash. So let me see what we're up to now in the art scroll. Yeah. Rabbi Bun Bar Chia, boy, come Rabbi Lo. Rabbi Bun Bar Chia asked in front of Rabbi Lo, Lama li Demai, afilu vadai. So the Kupei Moshe says, I feel that all the time, ma'abdin es miyuta b'drachim. You can lose a little bit on the road. Part of Rabbi Bun Bar Chia is feel like Rabbi Ami v'rushim asisin. They mission to yoytze midei chumas ma'is to show Demai. Not in this miyuto. So not just the Meiser Sheni, but also on Shumas Meiser. So come on my ear Demai Umyuto I feel vadai verubo nami love imu v'drachim because niyam be'rais l'kamei. So it says if we're talking about Shumas Meiser, and I guess he holds it's Shumas Meiser, not Meiser Sheni. Or I guess Shumas Meiser mentioned, so it wouldn't be the same parameters. So he says why Demai I feel vadai can be ma'abed some v'drachim. Laman mute. Why is it only a mute you can lose? I feel a rove. Even a majority you can lose. But lo tani didn't we learn? Aim of being a truma min a goren la'ir, v'lein immediately yishuv. You don't bring truma from the silo to the city, and not from the desert to the city, to the community. I can also be mokom shechaysa mokom shech. Can't read this. Malcolm. Again, I'm going to show you Garasa. So the Pnei Moshe says the locate time bebrisa kilo train time bebrisa aim at me to me going to end by the khiyam li tababa. They don't require not quite bring any truma out from beyond the goren. Lavim agarn le'ir v'lomin and be barely yishuv. Kohen yotzi l'sham menoto l'chalko. Even by Vade, the Kohen has to go out and take his portion. We don't bring it into the town for him. Okay, mokum not shoysa grosso. May Moshe fix it. Mokum shayah mokum shechaya gorarto. Can't say klamar. Okay, say the muchayi. Since obviously it's going to get lost, it's going to come Shema Mevia Minota Domino Shev. So Chum said that the owners bring it in and the duck and charge the Kohanim. Shakoyin Shalom Vasa. The Kohen should pay for the money of the schlepping. Also Sham. You can leave it there. Babi Shlechas Libel. Even the Kohen's going to get lost. Can't feel it with Shuma Vade Minichim Bedrachim. So even if it's definitely Shuma, you can leave it along the way, so to speak. Amar Lei, so Eino Mitzvah L'Shiv Aveda. Rabbi Lo responded, "There's a mitzvah Shavas Aveda." Rabbi Yossi Mitzvah L'Shiv Aveda b'Davar Muat. Then Mitzvah L'Shiv Aveda b'Davar Merubah. Yeah, it's a mitzvah Shavas Aveda, but only by where it's a little bit. Not where it's a lot, and there's a lot of tircha involved. Ubevadai. There's only mitzvah Shabbos Aveda where it's vadai. Avolo b'dmai. Afilu davar muat. But not by dmai. Even if it's a small amount, ain't a mitzvah l'ashiv Aveda. It's not required to give it back. The tninan ma'abni es muta b'drachim. So then, in other words, by vadai, there's a mitzvah Shabbos Aveda. You should give back, you should make sure to find a way to get it to the Kohen. But by Demai, as long as it's a davar muat, whatever. But by Demai, there's no such mitzvah. So that's what it says. There's no mitzvah. Ma'av the b'drachim means you can leave it, and there's no chiyuv by Shabbos Aveda to make sure dafka that it gets to a rightful owner. I think that we're ready on. Yeah, above them out, so we'll stop here for today.